don't know right now which day we will be performing. If I had to put money on it, I'd probably say the 18th. Most of our performances happen on the 18th. So you might just want to make sure that you have that weekend kind of booked off. And you're like, okay, this is the weekend. This is the one, right? So that's going to be June 17th. And that will be our final concert. This is going to be something a little bit different. So I'm going to talk about it very briefly. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking, though, because I know we've got a lot of performances to get to, and I want to make sure we have enough time to hear everybody. As we go through today, feel free to take any photos or videos. If you share them on social media, feel free to tag us as well too at Your Music Lessons. We'd love to share the amount of immense talent that we see up here from these youngsters as they're playing, which is great. I'm going to talk about summer camps in a little bit too, but if you have questions about them, you can ask me about summer camps. So there you go. Anyways, the two different systems we've been looking at this year in terms of our music, systems of music, is we've been learning what's called standard notation, and I know this might be a little bit of repeat of some of the stuff we talked about in December when we did this, but it bears repeating. Standard notation, that's this sort of stuff. Otherwise known as sight reading, the sight reading songs that we've been doing. Okay? It's got treble clef, it's got quarter notes, bass clef, dotted half notes, that sort of stuff. This is what we've been working on, and that's what you're going to hear today, because you're going to hear standard notation music. Now the other style of music we've been learning is called chord symbols. We might even hear a little bit of this today, I'm not sure. We'll find out. Chord symbols, and that is these are the ones that kind of look like this. So that concert we did back in January, I want to say, maybe it was February, January, I can't remember, was a chord symbols concert. We were playing songs all together, all the pianos up on stage, and we're all playing the chords all at the same time, moving through that sort of stuff. That's what you're going to hear again at the end of the year here in June. So you're going to hear more of that chord symbols approach to music. Over on this side here, today you're going to be hearing standard notation approach to music. Slightly different approach. Both systems feed into each other. They're not mutually exclusive. Speaking from my own perspective, as a musician that's played this instrument for more than 25 years, I was raised on standard notation pretty much exclusively for the first 15 of those years. But I'll tell you from my own experience that there was no music being created. A lot of this was, I look at that note, okay, what note is that? I press the key, okay. What note's that one? I press the key, okay, cool, what's this one? All right, I press the key, right. You go through it, and it's like every single note was like chopping down a whole new tree. I was unable to see the forest. It was just like new tree, right? So this is the forest over here. This gives you a macro lens to zoom out and look at music from a bigger picture. And it's my goal as an educator to make sure that our students are raised with both of these systems, the knowledge of both, so that they can actually start to understand music a lot faster than I did. Because I really struggled with that for a long time. Just even the classes I teach, let's say my level 7 piano class, those are students that have studied with me for only 7 years. They are on such a totally different wavelength. I can legitimately ask them questions like, why do you think the composer used the E7 chord in this song? They'll actually answer me and be like, oh, because it's a 5-1 cadence leading to the A minor chord, an authentic cadence in the following measure. Like, right? That's really cool. I know. And that's cool. That's only 7 years, right? It took me 25 to get where I am with that sort of stuff. So to say that this is a fast track to music success is an understatement, I think, right? Having both of these systems working together. Your knowledge of standard notation informs your decisions with chord symbols, and your knowledge of chord symbols allows you to see standard notation from a totally different perspective. So I think there's a lot of value to teaching both systems here. So anyways, what we're going to be hearing today is we're going to be hearing a couple of songs from every performer here, not just one. Most of us have practiced 2, and some of us have done even more of that. And they're going to play each song 3 times through. Each time they play the song, they're going to change something about it. They might change the dynamics, for example. They might change the tempo. They might change the octave. Now, for the non-musicians here, hopefully the musicians will be able to answer some of these questions. What do I mean by these words? Does anyone want to help me out with some of these words? Bronwyn, what do you want to help me out with?
Tempo is speed.
You got it. Tempo is speed. How fast or how slow I play the song, all determined by the speed in which I play it. What else? What else? More secrets here. I still have dynamics. I have octaves. Dora?
Octave is where you move up one.
Absolutely. It's the position on the piano. The position. Where do I place my hands? Do I place them up up high or do I place them down low? And finally, dynamics. It's kind of a tricky one. Want to take it?
High or low?
Yeah, that's a good guess. Like high or low.
Loud or soft?
That's it. Volume, high volume, low volume, loud or soft. It is the volume in which you play. Absolutely. Good stuff, good stuff. So each time these performers play through their song, they're going to try to change one or more of those elements. Some of them with changing some of the volume, speed, or even the position as they do their hands. That's what we're going to be listening for. So one last thing before I turn it over to the musicians here, and it's an important thing. It's report cards.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this is something new that we're doing this year, and we're going to try it out here. This is not necessarily like a final assessment, but I don't plan on doing one in June, so you can treat that however you like. This gives you enough time to kind of look at this and be able to make adjustments as needed as well, because I feel like that's more valuable than having just handing you something at the very end of the year and like, well, looks like you need to work on your sight reading. Oh well, see you in September, right? So this gives us time to react to this sort of stuff as well too. Really quickly, I want to go through how this assessment works, and then as we hear the performances, my goal is just to give them their report card right after they're done. They can take it back, and then you have a chance to look at it and you can ask me questions about it afterwards as well too. So anyways, right off the top here, progress tracker. There are 4 different skills I'm grading each student on. Their sight reading abilities, their rhythmic skills, their theory and chord knowledge, as well as their finger techniques. And then a check mark in each of these columns is what they're looking for here. If you're getting check marks in the middle column, that's basically saying like, it's something you're still working on, I can see room for improvement, but you're on the right track. Nothing to worry about there. That is looking good. If you're over here on the right-hand side, you get check marks there. That's like, you're golden. That's great. That's great. This is a strength that you have, is one of these skills. If you've got check marks over here in this first column, that might be cause for probably something you should work on this summer. Maybe spend some little extra time working. Like you get a check mark over here with your sight reading, right? That's like, you might want to go through and double check that sort of stuff over the summer. Ask me questions throughout the rest of the year here, and we want to get that to a better place before the end of the year so that we can graduate to the next level of piano. If you have any questions as to what I'm referring to with each of these 4 skills, I've double-sided the printing here. On the back, it has a brief synopsis of what each skill is, as well as how to improve that skill. Briefly, but hopefully that is useful information to have there. At the bottom of each of the report cards is a column for additional comments here. I tried my best to be as thorough and as personal and give as much helpful advice as I can in this section. But I did the math earlier. I made about 144 of these last week, so my right arm was getting a little sore there for a little bit. I tried my best to get through it there. If you have any questions about that sort of stuff there, it's maybe not as verbose as I would like to be, but nonetheless, hopefully it's helpful. If you have questions about that, please let me know. Even if it's just like, I can't read your writing, Mark, what did you say here? That's fine. I'm happy to answer those questions as well, too. Okay, cool. I've been chewing the cud quite a bit here, so I think I'm going to turn it over to the performer. So I've got a question for you. Who would like to play first? Volunteers to go first. Exciting
Who
time.
will be?
You got it, Zachary. Thanks for coming up. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah. Awesome. Who wants to go next here? I see a hand shoot come in the back. It's Bronwyn. Come on down, Bronwyn. Great.
How about you? Huh?
Fifth.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Bagay ka sa mga kabusog. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah. I'm gonna I can't see.
Volunteers to go. Oh, nice. Okay, now we're starting to get into that volunteers. That's great. That's great. Cool. Let's go to Diego next here. Okay. Let's start with the other one. Maybe we have. We'll put back. That'll be easier for you.
Isis.
even more hands are shooting up now. This is great. This is great. All right. Let's work our way backwards. So we'll start with Ronan, and then we'll work our way. Ronan.
You can do it. Ito sis.
Hey. Perfect. Cool. So we're keeping backwards here. Joshua's up next. Let me move it to Sam afterwards. You're gonna put hair. That's what I said. Nice. Sam, come on down.
You want to do next? Raise your hands.
You gonna play here?
Sure. Galing. Yay. Good job. Are you reading it? Let me see. Show it. Yay. Let me see.
I'm on level 2 now.
Huh? Wait.
I got on 1 level.
Oh.
I skipped a level. So,
Ganun mo. Can you read it? Hmm? Hmm? Yes, yes. Good job, yes. Right? Good job.
Deanna's not here. I don't see Deanna here. Okay, so we're missing Deanna here today. That's okay. That's okay. What I do want to do here, before I get started, come up and play another song, because I know a lot of us will be working on 2 songs. I just want to make sure I have enough time. Okay, pretty good at that. What I want to do here maybe is
Which one you gonna play?
I want to talk about what level 2 piano looks like. What's different about level 2 compared to level 1 piano? Because level 2 is like what we look at next year. So I want to go over that really quickly here in terms of sight reading and chord songs. I'm just gonna grab the big old teacher binder here. I'm gonna borrow the piano here for a second. Hey Beth, how are you doing? Having fun? No, you don't. All right. The thing that we've been doing with our sight reading this year is we've been learning with the position with the thumbs together and spreading the keys out on the piano like that. So the thumbs are together on the same key on middle C, and we spread the fingers out from there. Next year, we actually move the left hand down to a lower position. So instead of the thumbs being together, left hand moves down to the C position down here. So its pinky is on C. And so both hands actually have the same axis and the same notes. So we're learning to read some lower left-hand notes, and we start learning songs. Here's one that's right in September next year. Fun stuff like that. As we continue to sight reading book next year,
It's okay, it's okay.
eventually we get to the point where the right hand is actually moving up a full octave, so it's a lot higher in the right hand. We start reading some higher right hand notes, and so we'll start learning songs that have notes that are written up much higher, like in this range here. It still is presented in the same 8 measure bite-sized songs that we've been learning this year as well too. Each one of these, we do a new one every week, right? So we spend about 20 minutes on learning a song. The goal at the end of the day with these songs, like the small ones like this, is not to just treat this like it's a song that once you leave class you know it 100%. That's not necessarily the goal. The goal is to practice the reading abilities, right? That's why children's books, like when we learn to read, children's books are written quite small. We don't pick up a 200-page, go dog go sort of book, right? The Cat in the Hat isn't 200 pages long for a reason, right? So it's the same principle here with the sight reading as well. With chord songs, with regard to chord songs here, one of the big challenges that we take on in level 2 is we take on this idea of chord inversions. So right now, all of our chord songs have been based on this shape right here: the thumb, the middle, and the pinky. 1, 3, and 5 blend together, making a chord, and then I move my hand to each chord spot as I go. But next year we start learning about chord inversions. So for example, if I take my C chord that I started with here, and instead of playing the C on the bottom, instead I play the C up on top, I have to reposition my hand, and now I get a chord in what's called first inversion. So it's a whole new chord shape. It's thumb, pointer, and pinky. And then I have access to learning a lot of new songs. So here's a level 2 song that we look at next year. It goes like this. Where's this lean on me, right? Lean on me. When we're not strong, I'll be your friend. And what I've found over time is that level 2 piano players love playing this song because not only is it a great song, it's a great piece of music, but you sound cool when you play it, right? It's not that hard, honestly, right? You learn your first inversion chord shape, so you just move it up one each time, and then you just go back down again, right? It's like hot cross buttons. It's simple, easy stuff, right? And it's a lot of fun to play a song like this. And so we do this in the second year. Like we're already learning stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So that's maybe just a brief interlude and talking about what level 2 looks like, what new challenges that gives us. New positions in the sight reading, new like reading new notes, and then in chord songs, new inversions. And that's kind of opening up a whole lot of doors that leads to very complex pieces of music. So like this sort of stuff, right? So, wow, cool. Even in a song like that, it is using chord inversions as we go, and then that's maybe like level 4, level 5. Level 3, though, does use those chord inversions, and we start mixing and matching them, and then we start moving around like that. So you start changing the hand position throughout the song.
That will be your
all
next.
3 different chord positions.
Yep, you're looking from a dream.
Let me see.
Here, hopefully. I'm going to turn it back over to the performers because I know that a lot of these performers are wanting to play a second song as well too. So would anybody volunteer? Oh, you already didn't finish the question. Bronwyn, come on down. Oh, I better look at this back.
Maybe I can play
You love that one? You like it? Sleepy ka na. 그거든요. 예. Later, later. You can wait. It's okay. You can wait. Hmm? Thank you po sa pagtambay. Sleepy ka na. Yay!
That's good. Lots of hands shooting up here. That's good. All right, cool. Sam, you want to go next? Yeah, come on down. Come on down.
Next time. Next.
Carrots. Sounds good. Listen.
After this, can we play PS5?
Okay.
Until 9. Can I go to the bathroom now?
Okay. Okay, I will wait you here.
Nathan, you want to come back?
Okay ka lang, be?
That's it. Josh, what are you doing your hand up there? Nice, nice.
Good job. Yeah.
Sure, sounds good. Good. All right, sounds good.
Huh?
Go run and then Zachary.
Yes. What? Sino gutom na? Ay, scrap ka.
Nice. Very good. Zachary's up next here, then Diego. Around the other way, we're playing the challenge mode. Yeah.
Gutom na daw. Thank you po.